Vivian Glass looks like she's been carved from the same expensive plastic as her credit cards, 43 but surgically maintained at 31, sitting across from me at Soho House, West Hollywood in a $2,800 Saint Laurent blazer that she definitely wrote off as a business expense. Her lips are injected to the exact specifications of the Kardashian aesthetic guide, and when she smiles it's like watching a BMW commercial, engineered for maximum impact with no soul behind the machinery. Sebastian, darling, she says, pronouncing my name like it's a luxury brand she's considering representing, your engagement is absolutely divine, but we need to talk conversion. The iced matcha in front of me costs $18 and tastes like grass clippings mixed with disappointment, but I drink it because Vivian ordered it for me and because the green color will photograph well when I inevitably post about this meeting. She's nursing a pressed celery juice that she definitely isn't drinking. Talent managers don't consume calories, they consume percentages. My conversion rate is actually above industry standard. I lie, because the truth is that my followers are mostly broke millennial women who can't afford the supplements I hawk and middle-aged men who follow me for reasons I don't want to examine too closely. She says, scrolling through her phone while pretending to listen. But at Zen Master Brad just signed with Athletic Greens for mid-six figures. And his demographic skews higher income. The mention of Brad makes my left eye twitch involuntarily, a tell I've been trying to suppress since high school poker games with my Exeter roommates. Vivian catches it. Talent managers are trained to spot weakness like sharks smell blood, and her artificially plumped lips curl into something approximating sympathy. I've been tracking his metrics, I admit, hating how pathetic it sounds. His engagement is impressive. Impressive? Vivian laughs, a sound like ice cubes cracking in expensive scotch. Darling, Brad's not just engagement, he's an ecosystem. He's dating at Crystal Clear Heels now. Do you know what their combined reach is? I don't, but I'm about to find out whether I want to or not. 3.7 million. They're planning a couples retreat in Tulum. Tickets start at $4,000 per person and it's already sold out. She shows me her phone screen, Brad and Claire in matching white linen, him shirtless and bronzed like a spiritual Ken doll, her blonde hair flowing in that calculated windswept way that requires 3 assistants and professional lighting to achieve. The image hits me like a cattle prod to the solar plexus. Claire has everything I've been trying to cultivate, the ethereal feminine energy, the trust fund elegance, the ability to make consumerism look like consciousness. And now she's with Brad, creating content that makes my solo meditation posts look like amateur hour at the Spiritual Masturbation Olympics. When did this happen? I ask, trying to keep my voice steady while internally calculating how this partnership just obliterated my chances of breaking into the top tier. 3 weeks ago. They've been soft launching the relationship, very strategic. A few story mentions, some shared locations, letting the audience connect the dots. Vivian signals the waiter for another celery juice she won't drink. It's actually brilliant marketing. Romance sells better than enlightenment. The waiter approaches, some aspiring actor with the kind of jawline that gets you callbacks but not bookings, and I order another matcha because sitting here without a prop feels too vulnerable. Vivian orders a quinoa salad that I know she'll photograph and not eat, because talent managers sustain themselves on commission and cocaine. So where does that leave me? I ask, though I'm already mentally writing my suicide note. Well, that's what we need to discuss. She leans forward conspiratorially, her Botoxed forehead attempting to furrow. You need a differentiator. Something that sets you apart from the pack. I have the Sanskrit tattoo. I studied in India. Another lie, I spent 2 weeks at a luxury ashram in Rishikesh where the Wi-Fi was better than my West Hollywood apartment and the other guests were tech bros from Silicon Valley pretending to find themselves between IPOs. Darling, everyone has Sanskrit tattoos now. Half of WeHo looks like a yoga instructor's fever dream. She's right, and it stings because I spent 6 hours getting that tattoo and another $300 on aftercare products. You need something bigger. More authentic. The word authentic lands between us like a dead fish. We both know there's nothing authentic about any of this, the meeting, the matcha, the carefully curated spiritual awakening I've been performing for 18 months. But authenticity is the currency of the wellness economy, and we're both broke in that particular denomination. What are you thinking? I ask, though I'm already dreading the answer. Psychedelics, she says, lowering her voice to the tone she probably uses when discussing her clients' eating disorders. Not the illegal stuff, well, not exclusively, but the therapeutic journey. Ayahuasca ceremonies, psilocybin therapy, the whole consciousness expansion narrative. I nearly choke on my matcha. Isn't that market saturated? Every tech bro and his twice-divorced stepmom is microdosing and posting about it. Exactly. But you'd be different. You'd document the entire journey, the preparation, the ceremony, the integration. Real vulnerability, real transformation. Think of it as spiritual reality TV. The idea is simultaneously brilliant and horrifying. I imagine myself convulsing in a makeshift temple in Malibu, vomiting my organic breakfast while a shaman with a UCLA MBA films it for content. The authenticity of genuine psychological breakdown monetized for followers who think healing can be purchased with a credit card. There's a guy in Topanga, Vivian continues, Dr. Marcus Webb. Used to be a hedge fund manager, had his awakening in Peru, now he runs ceremonies for industry people. Very exclusive, very expensive, very Instagrammable. How expensive? $12,000 for the 3-day intensive. But think of the content, the before, during, after. You could launch a whole series around it. Maybe a book deal, definitely a documentary option. $12,000 I don't have for the privilege of having my consciousness chemically reorganized by a former Wall Street psychopath who found God in the Amazon and brought him back to sell to entertainment industry casualties. It's so perfectly Los Angeles that I almost respect it. And if I have a bad trip? If I end up catatonic or develop PTSD or start seeing shadow people? Then you document that too. Mental health content is huge right now. The vulnerability, the struggle, the eventual triumph, it's pure gold. Vivian's eyes light up with the kind of predatory enthusiasm that makes talent managers successful and human beings terrible. Plus, you'd have exclusive access to other ceremony participants. Network while you neurologically rewire. She shows me another photo on her phone, Dr. Webb looking like a cross between Tony Robbins and a Burning Man shaman, surrounded by testimonials from actors, musicians, and influencers whose names I recognize from gossip blogs and bankruptcy filings. Think about it, she says, finally taking a microscopic sip of her celery juice and immediately grimacing. Brad's got the perfect life aesthetic locked down. You need to go deeper, darker, more real. Show the messy part of transformation. The perfect life aesthetic. That's exactly what Brad has, and exactly what I've been failing to replicate despite spending every waking moment and dollar trying. His feed is a fantasy of masculine spirituality, shirtless yoga on clifftops, green smoothies consumed in perfect golden hour lighting, wisdom delivered in captions that sound profound but mean nothing. What about the legal issues? I ask, because I've already decided to do it and now I'm just negotiating with my own conscience. Dr. Webb operates in a legal gray area. Technically it's a spiritual retreat, not a medical procedure. You sign a lot of waivers. She pauses to check her phone, probably calculating how many other damaged souls she can sacrifice to the content gods before dinner. Look, Sebastian, the wellness space is becoming incredibly competitive. You need to evolve or become irrelevant. Evolve or become irrelevant. The Darwinian reality of influence economics distilled to its essence. I think about my monthly expenses, rent, car payment, supplements, gym membership, phone bill, credit card minimums, and realize I'm already irrelevant, just too proud and delusional to admit it. I'll need to think about it, I say, though we both know I've already decided. Of course. But don't think too long. I have 3 other clients who would kill for this opportunity. She signals for the check with the casual cruelty of someone who's never experienced actual desperation. Oh, and Sebastian? You might want to consider a collaboration with someone. The algorithm favors partnerships now. A collaboration. With whom? My options are limited. Most wellness influencers see me as competition, and the ones who don't aren't worth collaborating with. Unless. What about someone outside the wellness space? I ask. Cross-demographic appeal? Interesting. Who were you thinking? I wasn't thinking of anyone specific, but suddenly an idea crystallizes with the clarity of a perfectly filtered Instagram story. Maybe someone from reality TV? Someone with a different audience but similar values? Vivian's artificially enhanced eyebrows rise as high as her Botox will allow. Now you're thinking like a businessman. I might have some ideas. The check arrives, $67 for 2 drinks and a salad that Vivian has rearranged but not eaten, and I pay it even though it means I'll be eating ramen for the rest of the week. Image management requires constant financial sacrifice, and being seen as someone who can't afford Soho house prices would destroy my brand faster than a meditation video filmed in vertical orientation. As we leave, Vivian air kisses my cheeks with the practiced insincerity of someone who's built a career on exploiting human insecurity. Think about the ceremony, darling. And remember, in this business, you're only as authentic as your last post. I drive home in my leased Tesla, the monthly payment another financial ulcer eating through my already compromised budget, and immediately pull up at Crystal Claire Heel's Instagram. She's posted a story from what looks like Brad's Malibu house. I recognize the infinity pool from his posts, captioned, "Finding my person in this lifetime." The image is perfectly composed, her meditation pose silhouetted against the sunset, Brad's energy just off-frame but unmistakably present. It has 89,000 views and climbing. I screenshot it and add it to the competition album, which now contains 249 images of my irrelevance documented in real time. The ayahuasca ceremony suddenly doesn't seem like a choice anymore. It's an inevitability, like bankruptcy or spiritual death. Maybe they're the same thing. I text Vivian, set up the meeting with Dr. Webb. Her response comes immediately, consider it done. You're going to love the content this generates. Content. Even my potential psychological breakdown is just content waiting to happen. I park outside my building and sit in the Tesla for 10 minutes, watching my neighbors return from their own performative lives, the wannabe actor with his headshots, the aspiring screenwriter with her laptop bag full of dreams and disappointment, the yoga instructor who teaches at strip mall studios but posts like she owns a retreat center. We're all just content creators now, I realize. The only difference is the size of our audience for the performance of our own destruction.